What it do? What it do? It's your boy BX Brother 730, and I'm live streaming Madden LFL15, Legacy Football League, custom franchise mode. Got my New York Jets going up against division rival mate, New England Patriots. It's gonna be a tough one, man. Me and him usually split. But I hope I can take the first meeting.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll run with Michel. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Off the play fake. Olsen. Throwing left side. He's got Gronk. Complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Play action. Olsen. Looking for Gronkowski, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent. and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them.
Let's fucking go. Let's go, man. Good fucking hit, man.
So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
With a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
Yo, Tristan, what's going on? Jonathan, what's up, man? Oh, trust me, man. I ain't trying to high tackle that dude, man. As soon as I went for the tackle, he threw that stiff on.
If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch it now, Barney. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Gone.
Back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a third down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So you said you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gone.
He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Got three. Three down. Watch quit.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Leopard.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. To 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh my, you gotta be kidding me.
Unsuccessful.
Oh my God, yo.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So the Patriots coming out now. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. Yeah. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for New England. 52 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in, but when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On first down, Olsen to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Gun! Detroit! Gun!
From the gun, Olsen.
Gotta be.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. As his guys are in for 6. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's got room. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that we're both just a little bit puzzled here. They had a lot of success on the ground this drive, but they went away from it here, and it'll wind up costing them. I know it's hard to really blame them. If you see defenses starting to stack the box, it's a good time to go to the air. But on the flip side, if you're having success, why not keep running it?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
They'll go left side here with Michelle. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. Following the penalty, Michelle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Olsen. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. Olsen eluding the pressure right.
You gotta be kidding.
And he will score. Touchdown.
Oh
Patriots.
my God, yo.
It's
Let
their
me see this shit, yo.
quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots add on to their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and Turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. They begin the drive with Williams. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Olsen. And that'll be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
New England on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Olsen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun, Olsen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Okay, folks, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
New England on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the gun, Olsen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson.
That's Tremaine
and
Johnson.
His crew will take
Oh,
over at their own 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The tackle made by Derek Rivers.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Williams. He's to the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
No, check. Patriot!
He's going to get it running right. Able to push his way through. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They come out here in the eye.
Detroit!
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from
way to get back
tying
in
this
there,
thing
man.
up. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone for a touchback, so that will come out now to the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. Oh, shifts past him. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. James White as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on 1st down.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dietrich Wise Jr. in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And here's Marshall, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Over. Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one.
God, how do you overthrow that, man? Perfect fucking throw.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
God, this shit is fucking pissing me off, man.
And following the interception,
goes
just
an extra
any
mile every time you're trying to pick
are
a
you
play.
a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Marshall. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the 2nd person in his ear because it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw deep back over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys
to
out
bed.
of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Yo, Keith, what's going on, man?
Gun! 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 Gun!
Play action. Olsen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Yeah, I'm going to try, man. I'm going to definitely try, man. I don't never win the game versus Patriots when he's home. Because he has to send it, man, so it's a little bit of a delay. So I really don't get it popping with this team, man.
New England on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun. Olsen throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37.
I don't know what's going on with Keith Marshall,
down,
man,
it appears
but
we've got a Jet shaking up on the play.
he is really not doing it right
when
now.
we return to Foxborough. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Devin McCourty brings him down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, a 22. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Damian Williams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Santos with the extra point, and that will get him 1 closer. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Leopard! Leopard!
On the handoff, it's Michel. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, Michel. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Back now in Foxborough. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Olsen. He'll check this one down to Michel.
Adam.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
God, man.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Olsen escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, They're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Off the play fake. Olsen. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 20. Spins by. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The busy night continues for Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. Flush to his right.
Oh my God, these eggs. What are you
He's
doing, man?
intercepted. PJ
What are
Williams
you
with
doing? Throw the ball away.
stopped at the 34-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and
10 for
panics a
2.
little
We got to
bit.
remember that.
And receiver doesn't make sure
Loves
he's
that 10
absolutely in an
for
open
2.
spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
Now a pitch out to Michelle. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Again, it's Michelle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Operating from the gun. Olsen under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Leonard Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
His overthrows are fucking crucial, man.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here, they'll come back out onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. This is Michelle on the counter, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. New England on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off play action. Olsen. The kidder here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. 6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. A give. This is Michelle. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. On third down, Michelle. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Oh, that's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Patriots, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, I'm out of here, man. Good game, Patriots, man. Always a battle between us, man. We normally split. So I gotta come back next game and really get that game. Thanks for tuning in. Legacy Football League Custom Franchise Mode. Week 12, my New York Jets just lost to the New England Patriots. Till next time, week 13, when I take on the Saints. Peace.